Good morning, everybody. Let's get my fluffy bit in the right position. Oh god, it's 10 past 10. We've had one cup of tea. We haven't been awake very long. I am not one of these YouTubers that up at the crack of dawn taking videos and pictures outside and such like. In fact, I was thinking this last night. I'm probably the laziest YouTuber there ever is. We are going to have to try and get a bit of a move on though, because I've got to head home. And I don't want to be too late, because it would be nice to try and just whip in and see my mum and dad before I go home. And if I'm too late, then it'll be a case of just going straight home. So I am going to try and get going from now. But I just wanted to just have a moment of silence because there is not a sound outside. There's quite a thick mist in the air, which I can see through the door. I think momentarily the sun tried to come out about 10-20 minutes ago and then just disappeared as quickly as it appeared. It certainly didn't clear. There was just like a light for a minute. It might have been the aliens coming down, saw me, and then they thought, oh, quick, wrong planet, wrong planet. So that light disappeared very quickly. But it's absolute silence at the moment. The Trailstar is just wafts like a Rolls Royce occasionally. I don't think there's a breeze out there at the moment. The forecast was to drop down today, so it is supposed to be less windy today. There is a pheasant, or I'm assuming it's a pheasant, that I think he or she must live around here, because it's quite noisy quite often. It's not a quiet pheasant, but other than that, there's not a sound at all. I had a good night's sleep. I needed the loo, as in, you know, a bigger job, because tiddles, I just go here, basically. I'm not going outside for a tiddle. So I just go in that. There's a patch of grass there, you know, and I go there. I'm not going outside for tiddles. Middle of the summer, or when it's warm and dry and I just want to stretch my legs, or I don't feel quite so lazy, then yes, then maybe I'll go outside. But other than that, once I'm inside, I refuse to go outside again until the night is finished. Until I finish what I need to do, I'm staying inside. Unless, as unfortunate about 6 o'clock this morning, from about 4 o'clock onwards, I just couldn't really sleep because there was intermittent wind, and it wasn't the wind from outside. And I was like sort of thinking, well, the only reason you got quite so much wind is because you need the loo. But I was so comfortable. It's a real dilemma of being able to drag myself out to do something, you know, and being comfortable in bed. And, you know, it literally took me a couple of hours of, you know, half asleep but not really sleeping, just being awake. And then finally I thought, well, come on, let's get up to the challenge. Let's put, all I had to do really was put my boots on and grab some toilet paper and a waste bag and just put my jacket on, and that was it. I mean, that's the real beauty really. Well, even if you went by yourself, it really is as simple as that. But and then just go and do what I needed to do for a couple of minutes and then get back into bed again. So I'm a very reluctant getter outer of bed. Getter outer of bed. More like everything. Anyway, yes. yeah, I really, once I'm comfortable, I really don't like, I really don't like getting out of my cozy sleeping bag once I'm comfortable in, once I'm cozy in here. It really does. It takes a lot to get me to shift again. Anyway, I'm going to have this porridge, then I'm going to get another cup of tea going, and then I really do need to try and get, you know, get shifting, you know, a little bit, because like I said, it's 10:15. I mean, I'm not going to be gone by 11, but I said to Mum, I'll try and be gone for 11. But I don't think there's much chance of that. But I'll have this, and then we'll reconvene in a minute. And all those little biscuits that she was nibbling on last night, the one she's buried, she's like a little piggy, isn't she? All right. Well, we've started. So far, we've put the sleeping bag in, pillow, and a few other little bits. I was wondering if I put my socks in the sleeping bag, which is now in the pack, but no, they're over there. That's okay. I'll leave a couple of chewy bars out so I can eat them. That can go in there. The torch, that, my vitamins, that can go in there with the sleeping bag. The mitts I'll leave out. I really don't like packing away. It's so inconvenient and annoying. But really, it's not that much. That's my trousers. That's my hat, which we'll wear. That's my glasses. Right, that's my t-shirt. That's the kilt. I brought the kilt just in case I needed it for the door, but I didn't. And I didn't need the t-shirt. That's my socks, which I would need to wear. I've got these quite thick smart wool socks. They're very comfortable, but they don't stay up. You know, they drop down, which is a bit silly, really. In here, I've got my bivvy and something else. I can't remember. Oh, the wind shirt. That's extra gloves. They can go in there because I've got these and I've got those thick ones. So between the two, although putting the tent away, I might actually keep those out. Oh, and I've got these. Actually, it might just be for the fun of it, worth keeping those montane gloves out, just to see what they're like. That's another hat that can go in there. Okay, that's my nighttime hat. I got nighttime hats, I got daytime hats. Well, that way, if anything gets wet, then you know, then I'm covered, and I can't get, in theory, into trouble. That's the theory, anyway. I'll try and do some of this wearing gloves as well. It's at that temperature where I can probably get away with some of this without gloves, but it's also quite cold. I estimate about 1.5 degrees air temperature. It's quite chilly, and the taking the gas canister off, that was quite cold work, I have to say. You know, just the unscrewing it, that was not the nicest of things. So all of this is really just going in one stuff sack inside this. Now I think I can get the air out, and this is why I'm very happy that I've got that extra large foam mat. Although now going to, I know the water is underneath it, well, most of it. The bottom of the ground sheet's a bit damp on the top. I put that foam mat on the ground just to protect the ground sheet a little bit. So then of course the bottom of the ground sheet's now a bit damp with condensation. Nighttime socks, those can go in. So I'll put the down booties can go in now as well. Yeah, there's a lot of condensation on the bottom of the mat. And this is a Cuban ground sheet, and it hasn't been used a huge amount, so this one probably isn't leaking. This probably is condensation. And also I've got this foam mat underneath, so that's definitely condensation on the top. And it is only where my pressure of my body is, so the ground sheet over there and around there is completely dry. The only place where the ground sheet has any moisture on top or underneath it, come to that, is this bit where my body pressure was, and the condensation wasn't able to escape. I will admit this cold weather idea I've got is I don't know how we're going to get on with that. I'm not going to worry too much about squishing it down loads, because this is a really big pack and I kind of need it to take up plenty of space. Do your trousers up isn't the easiest of things. Got the trousers done now. So really now it's just a matter of piling everything else on top. That's my down jacket, which I wore when I was in the sleeping bag. I even brought my goggles with me and the spike, just in case the weather, you know, it was, because there was a possibility of snow. This pack is so big. Oh dear. Mind you, by the time you put your down thing in and your cup, Lass's bowl, mustn't forget Lass's bowl next time. Good job I had that. I don't know how I must have taken it out at home, because that's one thing I just leave in her pack all the time. So I don't know how I left that behind, because this pack is waterproof. I like a waterproof pack. I'll put those gloves in there, and I got all these gloves at the top. Keep in the habit of doing things with gloves. Once it's outside, I might have to just rejiggle the top, I don't know. Hopefully I've not forgotten anything. I need Lass's lead at the very bottom because there's a bit of road. She can carry the rubbish. That doesn't weigh anything. She can carry one empty gas canister. That doesn't weigh anything. And then her bed. And that's about it, really. There's some cord in there. And oh, how do people... You know, I mean, I could take the gloves off now, but I really should practice trying to do things with gloves. I could think of better things to practice with your gloves on now. So that's all of those in there. So I've put all of the little shepherd hooks in that one, and then I've got that one for the other pegs. We're nearly ready. We're really ready to ready. We're really neddy. We're really nearly. Oh, we're nearly ready. Oh God. To extricate ourselves, I think. 11 o'clock. Well, that's not bad. And I've only had two cups of tea. If I wasn't in, well, I wouldn't say I'm in a rush, but I really would like to try and get back to see your mum and dad today, really. I kind of desert them, I desert them enough as it is, so it's kind of like, well, we really ought to, note to self, thinner super feet. I think what would be good with these boots is if they had a locking. It's not essential because you can just tie that first one off with a lock, but it would be good if they had, so you could put one, you know, like that type of thing on that first cross point. Holy mother of God. Okay, well, that's the first lace that we've done up with gloves on. I don't know if I've ever done a lace up with gloves before, but oh my my legs, they don't bend like they used to 20 years ago. Oh, I used to get in all sorts of funny positions back there. Hanging for lampshades the lot. One wishes. I reckon some of you dirty lot just watch the channel, just see what rudities I come out with every now and again. What filth has he got on his mind today? I suppose that is one advantage, maybe that's why they did it, of a yellow lace and a black lace, so you know which one you're threading through. There's probably some method in their madness on that one.